Welcome to another episode of Tech Talk Today, where we dive deep into the little tricks and tips that can amplify your productivity, especially in tech environments like the command line. Today, we have an interesting topic for all you command line warriors out there: shell history navigation, and a clever trick to make it smoother. So, let's imagine this scenario. You're deep in the coding trenches, and you've been running a series of commands repeatedly in your shell. You use the up arrow key to cycle through your bash history, but then you find yourself staring at a sea of text, trying to remember which line corresponds to that crucial command you need. Sound familiar? Well, I've got a fascinating solution that I stumbled upon, using icons to help us quickly identify our commands. Picture this. Instead of just scrolling through bland lines of text, your command list has visual cues. You could use something like a simple icon beside each command to make them instantly recognizable at a glance. Let's break down how this works. For example, if you have a command to check something in a utilities script, you could tag it with a lightning bolt icon, like this, for check, for execute your script, and for your documentation tag. When you look at your history, instead of lengthy text, you get a more visual map of what each command does. It transforms a monotonous task into something much more user-friendly, right? Now, you might be wondering, how do I implement this? It's actually quite simple. You can prefix your commands with unique identifiers, like an icon or even a short text descriptor, that helps you recall their function faster. Simply edit your shell history commands as you go along. It doesn't interfere with how the command operates. It's just there to aid your memory. So imagine running the command ./utils/check.ashish, and instead of having it just appear in your history, you see it like this: /utils/check.ashish. You recognize it instantly. This tiny change can save you so much time, especially if you've got a long list of commands to sift through. But I can't help but think about how we rely so much on our visual memory. If you think back to when you learned to read, associating images with words helped a lot, right? These icons do the same for our command line, turning a boring, textual experience into a visually engaging one. Now let's reflect on this idea a bit. What practical applications do you see this in your daily tech routines? Would it help in your work or personal projects? Or maybe you've got other methods that you found make command line navigation smoother? I'd love to hear about them. Before we wrap things up, let's quickly summarize what we talked about today. We discussed how navigating shell history can sometimes feel like a workout, but by adding icons or small text descriptors next to our commands, we can make our command line experience not only more efficient, but also more visually appealing. It's a simple yet effective approach to boost our productivity. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Be sure to share your thoughts and any command line tricks you have. Until next time, keep those commands flowing smoothly.